Hey everyone, I'm Joel on the Road, and today my UNESCO World Heritage journey is at the historic centre of Syracuse in Sicily, Italy. So today I'm in the city of Syracuse in southeastern Sicily, and I'm standing in front of the Temple of Apollo. Now this originally dates from the 7th century BC, but it has the city in a microcosm contained within its walls. Because not only was it a Greek temple, it was also a Roman temple when the city fell under Roman hegemony. Later, when the empire converted to Christianity, it became a church, and when Sicily was conquered by Muslims from North Africa, it became a mosque. And later still, in 1653, it, along with the rest of the city, was largely destroyed in an earthquake, and then rebuilt in a new style. So it's got a fascinating history. Let's have a look around. So I'm here now inside the cathedral, and this place is absolutely fascinating. It was built on the remains of an old Greek temple, and even an earlier temple before that. And yeah, it's just fascinating because there's so much of the remains of it still here. The walls are still the original Greek columns, they're mostly still standing. But then at either end of the building is where the damage from the earthquake was in 1693. And so there's a beautiful Baroque facade out the front, and then of course this magnificent Baroque altarpiece as well down this end that you can see. It's really, really interesting. When the city was rebuilt after the 1693 earthquake, they did so in what was the most modern style available, Baroque. And there's still touches of that all over the place today. The most obvious is the underside of all the balconies. They've got these beautiful Baroque touches like the ones you can see behind me. It's really, really interesting. Now, of course, the typical legacy of Roman occupation is a Roman amphitheatre, and here in Syracuse is no different. The lasting monument of the Roman times is, of course, the amphitheatre. It looks a lot like the Colosseum in Rome, though of course it's much, much smaller. Behind me you can see the ear of Dionysus, and it was named by Caravaggio, the famous Renaissance painter, because according to legend, possibly started by him, that the tyrant Dionysius kept his political prisoners in this cave. The acoustics are so good that they could hear the prisoners whispering, and they knew who was about to commit a crime. But by far the most impressive Greek building here in Syracuse is the theatre that you can see behind me. It dates originally from the 500s BC, though the current iteration is from around 220 BC or thereabouts, and it was an active theatre for 900 years until it fell into disuse at the end of the Roman period. And it's just fascinating to see because it's got that classical Greek thing of being on top of a hill. It's got a panoramic outlook. You can see all the way across the harbour from here. It's fantastic. It's been a really interesting day this, because we're all quite used to seeing Roman ruins here and there, but Greek ruins are fairly few and far between outside of Greece, I suppose. So yeah, to come here and see them is quite interesting, and there's so much here to see that I haven't even talked yet about the famous people that lived here, such as the philosopher Plato, who lived here for many years, and of course Archimedes, the most famous mathematician of the ancient world. He was born here, he lived here, he worked here, and he died here. So yeah, it's been a very important place to world history, and it's great to come here and see things in their natural environment. But that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Joel on the Road, and I'll see you at the next World Heritage Site.